Dinah Jolie here, aka SirenbellaSays. I want to welcome you back to my channel and to part 2 of the Let's Revisit My Stash in 2019. So the first part of this series, I revisited my eyeshadow collection that I procured over the past year, and in today's video I'm going to take a brief tour of the foundations that I picked up. Some of these formulas I'm more familiar with than others. Some I am looking forward to get to know. I've recently purchased a Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which has completely changed the game for me. I have combination very textured acne prone skin. I've got lots of scarring from years of cystic acne as an adolescent. I consider my skincare regimen to be quite good. Some days my skin runs dry, some day it runs super oily. I'm 42. I have, hormonal fluctuations as a result of having a hysterectomy when I was 32. So I know that there are definitely some imbalances that my body, is negotiating with. So my skin has been an adventure, let's just put it that way. But I'm happy to have some fucking skin. So I just put together all of the foundations that I could find. These are the products that I acquired in 2019, and quite frankly, I'm really proud of them, and I'm excited to really, I don't want to say master them, but to learn to work with them. So I'm gonna dive right on in. And I'm not naming them in any particular order as far as like favorites. So everyone on YouTube talked about the Maybelline Superstay full coverage 24-hour foundation. There's a reason everyone's talking about it, because it's a really great full coverage foundation, especially if you work in the nightclub industry, if you're a bartender, server, if you were anything that requires you to move and to sweat. This foundation it's one of those formulas that isn't going to let you down. I have mine in shades 128 Warm Nude and Natural Beige. Even though it is a matte formula, it's not like rigor mortis matte. I mean, it does still have some life to it. I recommend that, and actually I'm just going to put it out there because I'm not going to tell you how to apply your foundation or what sponge or what brush to use, because honestly it's your responsibility to find out what works best for your skin. You could sit for 50 hours and hear everyone tell you about how to do this and how to do that, but until you get your hands dirty and really put in the time and the effort to learn what works for you, you're never going to learn. So as a shade reference, again, Warm Nude and Natural Beige, and I tend to mix them. Another favorite of mine is the LA Girl Pro Matte foundation. I have mine in the shades Natural and Light Tan. Again, I'm a huge fan of mixing my formulas. I find if you have something that runs a little yellow and you mix it with something that runs a little gray, hence cool, warm, or neutral, one way or another, you're going to find your perfect shade. So again, LA Girl Pro Matte. It's a beautiful formula. You can find it at Ulta. You can find it at Target. I don't know if you can find it at Target. I pick mine up at Ulta typically. Next, I've got the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 in the shade Natural. The Milani foundations are very full coverage. They are super buildable. They can verge on cakey super fucking quick. I think I prefer to apply mine with a brush, but I think that, I think it's good to, paint it on with your fingers so you kind of warm it up, and take a paintbrush style to apply it so you don't go too heavy. And then you could start, buffing and then finish with a sponge. You'll figure it out, all right? But the idea is that you want to walk out the house and you want to look like it's your skin. Again, this is in Natural. I did pick it up in a shade lighter because it does tend to oxidize about 2 shades. It's not my favorite foundation, but it's a good one. My most recent acquisition is the CYO Long Lasting Foundation. One of my favorite YouTubers, the Taylor. If you're not already following her, you should check her out. She's an amazing human and she knows her shit. I picked mine up in the shades 103 and 104. I ordered it from the Walgreens website. This is the best, I think it's a $6 foundation, the best investment that I made in 2018 as far as makeup goes. I use it mainly to mix in with other foundations, although I have mixed these two together and they perform beautifully. I'm gonna leave that there. CYO, Find it at Walgreens, $6. It's beautiful. It's going to be hard to color match. I don't think the shade range is the best, but if you want to take a leap, I think you should. And you can always return it to the Walgreens and get a refund on your purchase if it doesn't work out. Another gorgeous in my top 5, the Maybelline Fit Me. I have always been a fan of the matte and poreless, which is not a very matte. It's a very beautiful natural matte. I recently picked up the Dewy and Smooth. I find that these two together work beautifully. Alone, they work beautifully. Mixed in with other foundations that are a little thicker, they work beautifully. It's a little more liquidy, not so creamy or dense. I have mine in the shade 220. I think it's my perfect shade. Something to remember. These are relatively buildable. If your nose runs a lot like mine does, know this, that the minute you swipe, you're gonna see your skin underneath. It doesn't hold up well to like rigorous exfoliation throughout the day. So just something to keep in mind, that you would probably want to set this pretty well with a powder foundation or a powder. Moving right along, another recent acquisition, the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. I picked it up in MC1. Not really sure it's my shade. I have heard upwards of 15 YouTubers rant and rave, and people who are my skin type. I want to love this as much as everyone else does. I just haven't quite found the way to apply it that works best for me. I have yet to use this with my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I'm looking forward to trying it and seeing if it's as transformative as everybody says it is. Moving right along to e.l.f., another super affordable foundation. I have mine in the shade Natural, previously Porcelain, and Sand. I mix these together, a half a pump each. Don't go crazy. Don't let this drugstore formula fool you. I am wearing it now. I know I look a little sad because I did just come back from work and I didn't touch up, and frankly, I'm not even looking at myself. I don't even know what the fuck I look like right now. I don't even have lipstick, and that's rare. I always have something on my lips. But I was happy with the way this looked on top of that Tatcha primer, and I find that the less product I apply on my textured skin, the more beautiful my skin looks. Something to think about, okay? It's not about concealing your soul. It's about enhancing, okay? Just remember that. That should be the mantra for 2019. A foundation that I love to use as a mix-in, it's absolutely gorgeous, is this LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition. I picked this up from Ulta. You can also find it at most CVS. This is in the shade Nude Beige, super liquidy again, and it's like got a really nice golden hue, and I enjoy using it to mix in with other, thicker foundations. I picked up this CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. It says here M70. It's not. I think this is actually M10. This is a full coverage, buildable matte. It's not going anywhere. Once it sits down on your face, it's not going to move. I've seen it look super beautiful on other people's skin. Still learning how to make it work for me. But I'm going to make that shit work because I paid for it. All right. Another one that YouTube couldn't stop talking about, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I have this in the shade Medium Olive. This is more my summer shade. I'm sort of on the fence, kind of ambivalent. I'm going to keep using it until it's done. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to repurchase. What I do love from NYX is the Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation, but I'll speak more on that later. All right, we're rounding the bend. Last week I picked up the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, fan favorite of all of YouTube. I picked mine up in vanilla. Not quite sure if this is my shade. I feel like it oxidizes a shade and a half. I'll get back to you on this one. Still learning. I took her out on 1 or 2 dates, She's slow to sort of warm up, I picked up this Too Faced Peach Perfect. Came highly recommended. I actually went in store to Sephora and had myself color matched. It's in warm nude. I think this is too warm for me for my winter face, so I'm gonna wait to pull this baby out in the summertime. I also picked up the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. You'll hear a lot of YouTubers talking about this right now. Mine shade is in Linen. $4.25. I think this shade might be a little off. It is yellow undertoned, which I appreciate. Right now I'm using this as a mix-in, so I don't have a solid opinion about it as it stands by itself, but I think once I find my shade, this could be a really beautiful formula. I have the Catrice Liquid HD up to 24 hours. YouTube loves this little girl. Why can't I get the same effect? It just looks heavy on my skin. I am going to continue using her. She's very, very liquidy. I'm just gonna mix her in with other foundations that I know, you know, how they perform. And this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream in light medium. If you're looking for a good BB cream that's not the It Cosmetics, that gorgeous, oh, my leg's falling asleep, the gorgeous, why can't I remember what it's called? You all know what I'm talking about. The It Cosmetics, there's like the illuminating one, the matte one. That's a beautiful CC cream. This one is a great drugstore option. I picked up this Physicians Formula Youthful Wear Spotless Serum from Rite Aid for like $3. Very lightweight. It's in the shade medium. I like mixing it with moisturizer. I like mixing it in with BB creams. I think I'm just a fucking mixer. And 25 years as a bartender, we might be on to something. And I think that completes my current foundation collection. I don't plan on picking up any foundations in the near future. I kind of want to get through what I have. What I would like to do is find like my perfect cocktails and then share them with you, so that if you share my skin tone, undertone, or like my skin type, maybe these cocktails will work for you. Thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and join the family. I film a lot. I don't want to say all the damn time, but I film a lot. You know, I'm relatively new to the YouTube community, but I intend on being here for a long time, and I cannot do this without you. So make sure you come back and see me. I love you guys. Bye-bye.